Hello and welcome to yet another graph problem. Let's look at the problem statement. We have to complete n courses. There are m requirements. Each one takes the form. Course A has to be completed before course B, etc. Our task is to find an order in which we can complete all the courses. Any order, but we have to complete all the courses. Any valid order can be printed. If there are no solutions, let us print impossible. Okay. So let us first try and understand how this problem can be represented in a graph form. The graph representation. If course 3 and course 4 are prerequisites for course number 7, so we can represent it in form of a digraph like this. Okay, so we make a digraph. We have a directed edge from 3 to 7 and 4 to 7, and then we'll use the topological sorting technique which I'll discuss in this video to solve this problem. This is a very important problem. In case of software development, let us say you developed your software in Python. Okay, so your custom software, it's developed in Python. So it requires some specific packages of Python without which it won't work. So your specific packages of Python become the dependencies. Specific package of Python, let's call numpy. You need numpy for your software to work, and for numpy you need Python to be installed. Python 3, you need it to be installed. So these sort of problems, resolving dependencies. If you are a Linux user, you'll be familiar with this term, resolving dependencies. For that, we'll have to use topological sorting, because as you can see, Python 3 is a prerequisite for NumPy. NumPy is a prerequisite for your software. I hope that makes sense. So this is a very important and general problem. Let's look at the example test case. We have 1, 3, 2, 4 and 5 courses. Now let's represent them in a digraph. There is an edge from 1 to 2. There is an edge from 1 to 2. There's an edge from 3 to 1. There is an edge from 4 to 5. So how can we solve this? How can we do all the courses? We can either start from 3, then we can do 1 and 2. We can start from 4 and then do 5. Anyway, so we can do 3, then we can do 4, we can do 1, we can do 5, and 2. Any of these orders are valid. We can print any valid order. So let us see how to solve this problem. So let's go ahead and formally define topological sorting. A topological sorting, it exists only for a directed acyclic graph, by the way. So whenever there is an edge uv, vertex u must appear before v in the topological sort order. What is trying to say? There is vertex 1, vertex 2 and there is a directed edge. So 1 has to occur before 2 in the topological sort order. Okay. Now for this to happen, it must be directed as well as acyclic. Why so? Suppose there is an undirected edge from 1 to 2. This can be written as there is a directed edge from 1 to 2 and there is a directed edge from 2 to 1. So 1 is the prerequisite of 2 and 2 is the prerequisite of 1. Neither courses can be done. So it has to be directed. Similarly, it has to be acyclic. Why does it have to be acyclic? Consider this example. You have to study English to understand logic. Let us say a language to understand logic. You have to understand logic to do math. This is fine. You can take English first, finish English, you can then do logic and then you can do math. But suppose your English teacher is crazy and she says, no, you have to do math before I can teach you English. So to do English, you have to do math. To do math, you have to do logic. And to do logic, you have to do English. There's a cycle. And this cycle can never be resolved. And that's why you need it to be acyclic. So your topological sort order will be existing only if it is a directed as well as acyclic graph. Otherwise, it won't exist. If it is a directed acyclic graph, then there will always be a topological sort. To solve this problem, I want to solve this problem by demonstrating the algorithm, because otherwise it will get very formal and complicated. So to demonstrate the algorithm, I just have to introduce one concept, the concept of in degree. It is the total count of the number of edges that lead to the vertex. So what that means is, if there is a vertex B and there are 5 connections to it, then its in degree is 5. If there is a vertex with no connections to it, then its in degree is 0. Okay, this is only definition I'll need for you to understand my algorithm. The algorithm. The algorithm is very simple. We record the in degree of all vertices. Okay, we'll start with a vertex with 0 in degree. Okay, record all in degrees, start with a vertex with 0 in degree. Then remove the above vertex from the graph. Once you remove the vertex from the graph, so let us say you have u with 0 in degree, then you have v, w and x, 3 vertices that flow from u. So once you remove u, the in degree of all these vertices can be reduced by 1, they can be decremented by 1, and we have to repeat the process. I will walk you through the algorithm practically, then it will make sense. So yeah, we have a directed acyclic graph here. The algorithm says record the in degree, we recorded the in degree. 9 has in degree of 0, 5 has in degree of 2, etc. All the in degrees are mapped in this table, and this is our topological sort. Okay, what does he say? Start with a vertex with 0 in degree. We start with 9 because it has 0 in degree. We start with 9. Then we are asked to remove the vertex. Let us go ahead and remove 9. Removing 9 means removing these edges also. Once we do that, the in degree of 1 and 2, they get reduced by 1. So in degree of 1 becomes 0, the in degree of 2 also becomes 0. You have to keep repeating the above process until the graph has no vertices and edges. Okay, let's do that. So now let us process 1, eliminate it. The in degree of 3 becomes 0. The in degree of 3 becomes 0. Let us process 3. 3 is now in our topological sort. Processing 3 would mean we are eliminating the edge 3, 5. So the in degree of 5 becomes 1. The in degree of 5 becomes 1. Now we have to select another vertex with in degree 0. There is only one such vertex, vertex number 2. So let's go ahead and pick it, vertex number 2. We now eliminate this vertex from our graph. We remove all the edges that flow out of it, and therefore the in degree of 4 becomes 0. The in degree of 4 becomes 0. Now there is only one such vertex with in degree 0, that is 4. So we now put this in our topological sort order. 4 goes here. It is eliminated from the graph. The edge is also eliminated from the graph. The in degree of 5 is decremented, so it becomes 0. Correct? So now we only have one vertex with in degree 0, null in degree, that is vertex number 5. So we go ahead and process 5. 5 is pushed into our topological sort order. Finally, we have the last vertex 6 with 0 in degree. All the prerequisites are done. We do 6. So one of our topological sort order is 9, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6. 9, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6. So I hope the algorithm is very clear. Now let's look at the implementation. It will become even more clear. Whenever we are forming the graph itself, we'll record the in degree. How do we do that? We are taking system input, and as you can see, we are recording all this in an adjacency list format, by the way. So as you can see, the in degree of V is incremented here. Every time an edge, any edge leading to V, that would imply the degree of V is incremented. Okay. Next, all vertices with 0 in degree, we push them into a queue. That's what we did. We checked all the vertices. If it has no in degree, we'll push them in a queue. Okay. And then we have to process the queue. We process the vertices with 0 in degree. How do we do that? While the queue is not empty, we'll take the first element from the queue. In fact, I'm using a priority queue here. We take the first element from the queue and then we push it into our topological sort. Answer is top sort. Let us say there is a vertex u. It has 3 children, v, w and x. Once u is removed, the in degree of v will be decremented, w will be decremented, x will be decremented. While decrementing, if you find that the in degree has become 0, that means no prerequisites left, we'll push it into the queue, the no in degree queue. Okay, in fact I'm using a priority queue. Fair enough? So how do we present the output? For that, let us look at the size of answer. Answer is what? Answer is our topological sort. If our topological sort has n elements, that means all elements could be successfully sorted, right? So we'll simply present the answer. But if it has less than n elements, then it means that certain prerequisites, they couldn't be resolved. So in that case, we'll have to print impossible. This happens when there is a cycle. Alright, I hope this explanation made things clear. Let us submit our code and see if we can get an accepted. So we got accepted. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please press the like button if you like the video, and please subscribe for more such videos. I'll be uploading regularly. Thank you very much.